Hey guys, back at it. This is day 206 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed my 100-day challenge, and that challenge was prompted through a meditation session. I just felt really moved to start posting my daily diaries for 100 days, and I didn't know why, so it took me a little bit. I had a little resistance and finally followed through. It's amazing amazing journey that I've gone through, so I decided to keep it going for a year. So let's get into day 206. Now, today is a Friday and it's a school day, but school is delayed by 2 hours just because the cold. I'm really not sure 100% why they do the delays on certain days, because it seemed like it was fine, but whatever the school says, obviously following. So I got up and I did my workout routine, kettlebell, vibration, acupressure, grounding, sauna, shower, water, and all the things. My 30 grams of protein in the morning. All of that I got done before it was time to get my kids up and get them both to school. Today's a Friday, so typically my son and I have our Whole Foods date where we hang out together, we pick out a few snacks. It's just like this time that we can spend together. So I was showered and ready and had all of the things I needed for errands for the rest of the day. So got them both in the car, got them to school, did my Whole Foods date with my son. And because it was later, I was able to knock off one errand, which was returning an Amazon order. So I did that while we were having our little Whole Foods date. We did our normal routine of picking out things, and sometimes they won't have products that he likes, so it takes a little bit longer. But we got all of his favorites, and we got him to school, and I had a really big talk with him because we've been going through some growing pains of, flexing, trying to just I have a very lax rule system, whole house thing. I run off the honor system, and I do have rules that need to be followed, but I don't have a lot of them. So, and I also don't make up rules as I'm going. So primarily my rule is no technology in your bed, no food in your bed, no drinks in your bed other than water. And those rules have been continuously broken. And so we've been slowly talking about those breakages of rules. And over, the snow days and stuff, we got into this big, thing with the phone is causing problems because he's just on YouTube all the time. And then he has his school computer, which I can't regulate, how much time or what he does on that. He's been watching YouTube because he's not able to do it on his phone. And then he has his Nintendo, which was in the shop being fixed, and he usually watches YouTube on there. So all of these devices he has access to, and he has, unlimited access. So not too long ago, maybe last month, I had put restrictions on his phone, so it's only available to use during certain times. And then he was migrating towards his Nintendo, and then I started putting parental controls on that, and he was really upset. And then it was taken away to fix, and then he was using his school computer. So we got into it, and he ended up having all of the devices taken away until he can show responsibility and show me that he is willing to follow through with the rules. So before I dropped him off at school, he asked me, he said, he's going to his dad's for the weekend. Could he please have his phone? And he wanted to, just in case he needed, for safety. That's what he said. And I said, well, I'll think about it and take that into consideration. And so we talked about the reasoning behind why I took it. And then I continued to give him warnings each time he he stepped over a boundary. Like, you will lose one more day of your phone if you continue to do this. And then it kept going on. And then it was like, ultimately, it's taken away indefinitely until we can find a solution. So, yeah, big conversation before school, talking about responsibility and earning trust back. And that, it happens with everybody. And his sister had that happen to her. And ultimately, I took away the privileges. And then as she earned the trust back, I gave them, back to her. So that was before school. And then I dropped him off. And then I got into my errands. So, finally going to pick up his Nintendo from the shop that they were open that today, and talked to them about what they did to replace it. Went and dropped off my stuff to the thrift store. I finally cleared the trunk. Had that Whole Foods return that I did for Amazon. And then I had a car that I wanted to test drive, a Highlander. And it was not too far. So I drove out there and I got there, test drove it, took it out for maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just up and down this main drag that was in front of the dealership. They let me do a solo test drive, which was nice. I blasted the music. I opened the pano roof. I tested all the seats and touched all the buttons and cut corners and accelerated and different speeds I went and different things I was testing out. So it was a nice test drive. I really like it. It's familiar because it's Toyota, but it's cushy. It's got all the leather and the things. It ended up being a beige interior, which to me, it looks really yellowed, like when something's been in the sun or aged a lot. So it's like beigey yellow, and to me, it doesn't look very pleasant. So if it had a dark interior, I would totally have thought of getting it because it is decent miles. It drove really well. It had the tow hitch. It was everything was nice, except that beigey, yellowy color. I don't know that it will grow on me. I think it'll just not be a nice growth. So I test drove that. That was great. There was no pressure. And then I headed back home. I had a free car wash that came through for my birthday, and I've been borrowing a car, and we had all the snow, and so it was kind of yucky looking, and I decided to take it through the car wash because it was a free car wash and it was going to expire, so I wouldn't actually be able to use it on anything. But I washed the car that I'm borrowing, and so now it's all nice and clean on the outside. I came home and I started doing more packing and more sorting through the house stuff, looking at cars again, and then just straightening up the house. So kids came home from school. I told them, we're going to Dad's house, pack it up. So they packed all of their stuff up, and we got them over to their dad's house. So my son was really happy, Nintendo, really happy. I gave him his phone, but what he didn't know is I put parental controls on both of them, and his Nintendo has a time limit. His school computer is being put away until he goes back to school. The phone is only usable to text mom, text dad, text sister, text my mom, and her husband. It is not available for other things, no YouTube, no apps, no nothing. So he wasn't too happy about that, but he was happy about, having them and going to his dad's. So we went over there, dropped them off. I let their dad know what was going on, just so he would, be understanding of what, the situation was. Then I quickly went home to change my clothes because I'm going on a date. Indian Canadian guy, and we are going to a Pakistani restaurant that has live jazz. So very interesting combination. But anyway, so he is very gentlemanly, very like communicative. Told me, I'll be there in 20 minutes, and was there in 20 minutes. Came to the door, brought me flowers. Gave me a kiss, took me to the car, like opened my door for me, had the seat warmer already on for me. We got to the restaurant and, opening doors, holding hands, making sure I was like going first. Helped with ordering the food. The food was really great. And we had a lot of good conversations about travel and life and home improvement, just different things, kind of getting to know each other a little bit better. Ordered dessert. The jazz, was really nice to have that. And then when we were done at the restaurant, we were thinking about something else to do because it was still kind of early. But I couldn't think of anything that was just like somewhere to hang out that wasn't including like drinking or food or anything like that. So we ended up just going back to my house and sat in the car for a while and just talked some more. And then I invited him in to, just come in for a drink of water or coffee and continuing to talk. So that was nice. We spent a little bit of time just chatting and getting to know each other better. Very nice, very sweet, very romantic, very very good vibes, like all around. So definitely continuing to explore that relationship and opportunity. I texted North Carolina boy just to be like, how's it going? And then we both kind of came to the end of like, it was a really great time to hang out with you. But I don't think, that we're on the same page. So that was good that we were both feeling that way and that we both expressed that. The Florida boy guy won't be able to have another date before I go to Florida, just because he has his daughter. And then he was very open in communicating with me that he'll have his daughter the whole month of February just because his ex is going out of the country. So it'll be a little challenging to get together, but we can always figure something out, I'm sure. But yeah, so it was a lovely day, a lovely evening. I got a lot accomplished. I felt really good. I've been doing my workout routine and I've been feeling like energized and on fire and just like kicking ass and taking names and like just on top of the world. So I believe the more that I get into this routine and do it more, I'll just continue to like, get better at the routine I'm doing, get stronger and other things. So that was it. I was just feeling like, I said yesterday, old and weak, and I don't want to lose that. So I am going to get back into, lifting weights and being intentional about how I approach my day, and doing all this front loading has been helpful. I had a really good night's sleep. I just snuggled up under my 2 blankets and, yeah, lovely. I just went right to sleep. So it was just an amazing Friday, and I'm getting ready for tomorrow, which is January 25th. And it's going to be like a planetary alignment. I have my friend coming over to do spell jars, and just relaxing in the morning, no plans really. And then hopefully dancing in the evening. Some exciting, fun things before I get into packing and driving. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please subscribe, comment, like, share, if you want to support me further. If not, I just appreciate you listening in and being a part of my journey here on these daily diaries as we are moving along, pushing into the next phase. And whew, the next couple of months are going to go by quickly. I definitely know that. I'm already feeling like this, just like you're in a sports car and you're about to like push the overdrive button and like hit it and just go flying. So again, have an amazingly wonderful, fabulously awesome day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.